People want to get to their destination safely. They want it to be efficient services, reliable, and affordable. If you check all of those boxes, you will have Bronx happy commuters in our borough.
The MTA has been redesigning bus routes in every borough to be streamlined, more reliable, and provide better service. It's a multi-year effort to make buses better across New York City.
Buses are so crucial in the Bronx. They're such an important part of how people get around. But the old routes didn't reflect what today's riders need.
This is a working class community that on an average day, there's never not a line for the bus. We line up here.
This has been an effort across the entire borough to get the changes that we truly need for better buses.
We had a few goals in mind when we started redesigning these routes. We wanted to give people better, more reliable service with more useful connections and less time sitting in traffic.
In the Bronx, we streamlined several routes to make them more direct with fewer turns, and that means we'll be able to run more frequent service on a lot of these lines.
We're extending lines into neighborhoods like Parkchester, Highbridge, West Farms, and Co-op City. And there are new connections to the subway, like the ADA accessible station at East 180th Street.
Any trip that only costs one fare on the old routes, it still only costs you one fare on the new routes, even if you have to transfer.
We're working with our partners in the New York City DOT to create more bus lanes and busways on city streets so riders get better service and sit in less traffic.
We made sure to look at bus stops that were close to other bus stops and had the lowest ridership. So we were inconveniencing customers as little as possible and the fewest number of customers.
In New York, we have a lot of bus stops, and they're closer together than they are in other bus systems around the country.
When you're making every stop, it slows down service for everybody.
Current distance between stops in New York is about 805 feet. This redesign brings the average distance in the Bronx to 1,100 feet.
We wanted to make sure to keep stops that are used by a lot of our riders, connect to other lines, and that are important to your community.
Each stop we removed saves about 20 seconds in travel time, so even if you have to walk a little farther to your stop, the benefit is faster buses and more reliable service for everyone.
The redesign of the bus network will impact me by making my trip shorter and direct. I would not be taking 2 buses to get to the train.
The Bronx is the second borough to get redesigned bus routes, and the lessons the MTA learns here will carry forward in other boroughs.
I think this new plan that ultimately is the final plan is a much better plan, but it is because of the community's input. And there's nothing greater than the MTA and New York City Transit working with bus riders here in the Bronx. And the idea of engaging with residents at a local level in a real tangible way is something that will prove beneficial, not just for commuters and our borough, but also for the agency as well.